Hi, I'm Danyeladangelo. I'm a competitive shooter and I'm also a gamer. I love gaming because you can just sit in your room in your own comfort zone and just play video games for hours. It boosts my mood and makes me have a feeling of accomplishment, and sometimes it even relieves stress for me. I love competitive shooting because it's actually a lot like video games, because repetition is what makes you better, is doing it over and over and over again and improving those skills by repetition. Doing drills over and over to get them in my head for when I'm really in a competition and doing those reloads or running from box to box. In Call of Duty, if you're running around a map looking lost or not knowing where things are, you're not going to perform as well as the people that memorize the map. Same goes for shooting a match. Some stages are fast and straightforward and you know exactly what targets you're going to be shooting, but some are not. We usually do a stage walkthrough where we memorize where each target is. That repetition comes into play because you can always start up a new game and play again, but you can't go and redo a stage that you shoot poorly on or redo a whole match. So I think memorizing a stage in a map is really important in competitive shooting or gaming. Learning to shoot when I was younger helped a lot with my reaction time because I had to shoot targets at a fast pace, and it helped my hand-eye coordination, moving from target to target, knowing to move my head before my gun, and certain small things like that that you wouldn't think of unless you are a competitive shooter. Same with video gaming. I think it's really cool when people are surprised that I'm actually out on the range as a girl, because most competitive shooters are younger men, middle-aged men, and they always tell me, hey, I want to take my daughter out shooting, but she doesn't want to. She's not interested in it. It's kind of a boy thing. And I never understood that. I don't really think there's like a gender in shooting. Same with video games. It's not a boy thing. I'm doing both, and anyone can do either or. Resource management is important in video games and competitive shooting, but more in competitive shooting. In video games, they give you limited ammo because they want you to take your time and take your shots, or you'll run out of ammo unless you can find some somewhere else or pick up a new gun. But in competitive shooting, we have round counts on each stage, so we know exactly how many shots we're going to be taking, and we plan our reloads accordingly because we don't want to have a standing reload because that takes up too much time and it kind of confuses us when there's something that we didn't plan beforehand. Firearm safety is so important in my life and in my sport. One of the first things that I was taught about guns is how to treat them with respect and how dangerous they could be if you don't. Every day on the way to the range, my dad would make me recite the 4 safety rules of guns. Treat every gun as if it is loaded. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Never point the gun at anything that you do not wish to destroy. Be aware of your target and its surroundings. On the other hand, video games completely disregard gun safety. You can literally shoot other people in Call of Duty. You swing the gun around, point it at your teammates, so it doesn't really correlate, but knowing gun safety in real life is very important, even when you're playing video games. Choosing a loadout in Call of Duty is sort of similar to choosing what gun you want to shoot in competition. My pistol is a race pistol. It has a red dot, a compensated barrel to reduce recoil, a flared magazine so I can load magazines faster and more efficient, and adding on a different dot or adding an extension to your magazine is just like in video games. You get points or money so you can improve your guns that you're using to improve your performance. My favorite guns that I like to shoot in Call of Duty are the Uzi, the Desert Eagle, and the Tommy gun. But when I play Overwatch, I also like the Reaper's guns because they remind me of the Desert Eagle. He has 2 pistol shotguns and they're super big. They just remind me of the Desert Eagle. I like the wide variety of revolvers in games like Red Dead Redemption because they remind me of the BFR that I used in one of the Car Firearms Group films, The Gunslinger, where I was a cowgirl and I went back in time, which was really fun. My advice to gamers who are trying to take a step into the competition world is to do your research. If you've been playing video games all your life but you've never picked up a gun before, it's a whole different experience. It can sound frightening at first, but starting any hobby is always intimidating. You can't just pick up a gun and automatically be amazing at it. It took me years of practice and repetition to be where I am in shooting because there's no aim assist in real life. So if you're interested in competitive shooting, I would say go out and do it because it's incredibly rewarding. You meet new people and you push yourself in ways that you never would before. And it's some of the most fun you'll have in your life. I promise you.